Alright, so today I'll be giving you guys a start off on how to start the campaign, or just a little how-to on how to start the campaign. Yes, this will not be my first playthrough, but at the same time, I am just showing you guys what my opinion on the best way to start the game is, because there's a few things you can do. But what we're going to be mainly showing you guys today is how to get to the garage and unlocking 3 of the vehicles that are on the Black River, Michigan map. So we will be unlocking the Scout 800, a few upgrades for these trucks as well, and mainly just completing a tutorial in a way that's not probably the more efficient and best way to complete the tutorial. Gotta let this thing load. It's taking its sweet time. Normally it don't. Sadly, this will be a one-cut video due to me not being able to edit because I'm on console, sadly. But as you can see, yeah, started Michigan. You will start off in a CK1000, I think that's the CK1000, I can't remember the name of this vehicle. Yeah, CK1500. So, even though the game is wanting us to go to this watchtower, we are going to go up to this one. So I'm just going to set a waypoint there. And the reason we're going to do this is because it just allows us to get a little bit extra of the map scouted out, because you pretty much will not head this way again in the game. There's no missions out this direction. The only thing out here is that watchtower. So there's really no point in you being out here. Yeah, you see all the tutorial stuff. So you just take this little path out here to the left. It might be a little bit difficult when you first start, because again, you're starting off with fresh vehicles like what I'm in right now. You can go through these parts, not too bad. You can get stuck on little things like this, and your winch will be your best friend in this game. Just a little helpful tip. As you can see, I'm already resorting to using my winch quite a bit. Obviously, the more upgraded the vehicle is, the less you'll need to use it, but it is still there. So whenever you're struggling at all, I always suggest just winching through it. A lot of the time you'll get through it if you winch. It might take a little bit longer, but you will get through. Am I even going up the right path? No, I am not. I'm an idiot. Oh, let's try and make this work. So, don't do what I just did and completely go off the path, because apparently that's the path over there. But I'm making it work going this way. I've got no idea how this thing is scaling this. Did that get a tree that's further back? No, I didn't. Got the same one. Gotta get one of those ones. There we go. So for a little car, you can do quite a bit. I am sliding back down this mountain though. Hold on. Stay on the road, don't do what I just did. I completely misjudged where I was. But this is actually another good example that I can show you guys. Oh, yep. SnowRunner has quite a lot of shortcuts you can take. Some of them might not be good for your vehicle. But what I mean by that is sometimes your vehicle won't fit through these shortcuts. It won't have enough grip, or like just a lot of things that can go wrong with it. I mean, you can still try, but I really just don't suggest it. So we'll be taking a left here. So we're just going to set a waypoint over here, and then again at this left corner here. Now again, no, we're not going straight for that first watchtower. We're getting some few upgrades first. And both the upgrades we'll be getting are for the CK1500. We'll be getting the raised suspension and the 5.2 litre V8. It's not the turbo V8, but it is still a lot larger of an engine that is in this thing. So we just head that way now. Slow down on some hills, otherwise you will break your car. As you can tell, I'm not one to slow down. I went past the corner. I should have slowed down. I could probably drive up here though. Probably, maybe. Maybe not. It's been something. This is what I mean by your winch is your best friend. Yes, I'm doing this the hard way by trying to climb the mountain, but hey, you can see how capable the winch is this way. I know I haven't used it once at all during this video, but I tend to sit in all-wheel drive. Yes, all-wheel drive and two-wheel drive do have different fuel consumptions, so you will use more fuel being in all-wheel drive, but you will also be able to cover a lot harsher terrain. So I just kind of sit in all-wheel drive at all times. Oh, don't go off the mountain. Don't go off the mountain. Don't go off the mountain. I did exactly what I didn't want to. Okay, let's see what I can do about this. Get up here. There we go. So I'm just using the quick winch function at the moment, which will be more viable for controller players. Can't really do that on computer. Well, at least I've heard it's very difficult on computer. Go on, get up the hill. Take this left turn as well. So this will be where the first upgrade is. It's at the top of this hill, unless I've gone past it. Nope, yep, the first upgrade will be up here. Which I believe is the raised suspension. There it is. Yep, raised suspension for the current vehicle that we are using. So it can only be used for this vehicle, but it is also the largest suspension kit you can put on the vehicle, so it will give you quite an extra bit of lift. I'm not gonna risk. Yeah, fuck it, I'll risk it. Give you guys some content to watch. I'm stuck. I got high centered. Come on, we've got to get over this without getting high centered again. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And that is the damage model for you guys, as you guys can clearly see. Pretty good damage model. I've just pelted the crap out of my car, but that's fine. What I don't suggest doing at the start of the game is clicking recover, because it will just put you back to the start, back down here, which is not going to be very helpful. Once we get to this road here, we're going to go left again, and we're going to go that way. We could technically go get the watchtower now if you'd like, or if you guys want, you can go that way. There's a dirt road here, and it goes straight to the watchtower. But we're just going to continue along this road to the left, because we are trying to get the other upgrades for the CK1500 as well as the Scout 800, which in my opinion is a more valuable scout vehicle at the start of the game, due to it using similar fuel ratios to the car that we're in now, but it is also a bit more lifted and has larger tires, as well as it gets fuel racks and things like that standard, so you have longer distance that you can travel. Yes, I'm belting my car quite a bit. We're just gonna go with it though. The reason I'm doing that is I have limited time to be able to record on my PlayStation. I can only record about an hour at a time. so I'm just trying to rush through this. So all the damage that I do and everything I get will be in the amount of time that it does take me to do it, because again, there's no cuts, there's no nothing. Also, none of this is scripted, so there is that. Just gotta keep going left. And there'll be another upgrade right up here, which will be the engine for this thing. Oh, overshot that. There you go, we've got the AAT 8V52 Custom, which is available on the Apache and the CK1500. We're then going to follow this road that goes up into those rocks, or I guess you could try climbing over everything, but I'm just going to follow the road so you guys know where I am. So that upgrade was up to this house here, so you can see the route that we've taken so far. It's just along the left of this map, and we will be going up that way to get this to get the Scout 100, Scout 800. Fucking hell. Bit tired, and I apologize for that. Just gonna squeeze through here. Obviously, if you drive a lot slower, you won't be damaging your vehicle as much as I have been. But drive to your own preference, in my opinion. Don't drive too recklessly, because you can flip cars pretty easily and get yourself in some bad situations. Just drive to a capability that you feel the vehicle has. I know I've been belting my vehicle, but I know it can take it. At least for the time being. And don't be afraid to slow down when needed, because it's definitely recommended. So we did take another left, as you saw. I'm going to go up this little pathway here. And this is not quite where the Scout 800 is, but we are getting much closer to it. Now, I'd usually just be off-roading this whole thing, because I know some few shortcuts you can go through the mountains. I just completely span out. We will be going left at this little corner here, or we could technically climb over that, but we'll just show you guys the normal path. And I'm gonna flip it someday. So you could technically go up there and all that, but I don't recommend it. Not with this vehicle, not at the start of the game. You can get a bit slow in some of the mud, as you can tell. You can try to avoid it just by hugging the edge, because majority of the time you can just kind of cruise around the outside of the mud pits. You can see I'm trying to, and I'm using my winch to get me some more speed there as well. Do be careful though, because if you're in a bouncy car, you can still just bounce off and your car will do whatever, but the CK1500 isn't too bouncy compared to some of the other trucks in this game. The other thing you can do if you like is throw it in low gear whenever you hit some mud. Your fuel consumption will go up a decent amount, I believe, but what it will do is it will optimize the amount of power going into the mud, which means the vehicle will be going at the optimal speed, and you'll have the most traction that you'll be able to get out of your tires then. Just pelting it down this path. So if we took that shortcut, we would have ended up out over here. You can kind of see where we would end up. Just up over here. Just got to keep following this dirt path though, and it will lead you to the only Scout vehicle on this map, because there's only this Scout 800 and the CK1500 in Black River, which you find just up at this house. It's in my opinion, it's a bit of an upgrade from the CK1500, but it's not too much. Just going to bounce it over here. Oop. There we go. This is our now new scout truck that we own. What we will do is we're just going to stop this here, turn off the truck, and we're going to switch to the Scout 800. The other thing is this vehicle does come with a diff lock stock, so you will have a bit more traction through mud, as well as it does come with all-wheel drive stock as well, which some vehicles either won't come with stock or won't come with it at all. So it is a big help having a vehicle that has all-wheel drive. It will help you get through a lot more mud a lot quicker. We'll take the shortcut this time, or we can try. I don't know how it's going to go since I'm towing a vehicle, but we'll try it. I just prefer not to tow a vehicle down that road. The other thing is this, the Scout 800 is a bit of a tippy truck, as you can see. But it tends to land on its feet. That's what I mean by drive the trucks to the condition. If you feel like you're going to tip, choose a different path or drive a little bit slower. Now that did attach to the side, but it should be alright. I can fix that later. Just drive up through the bush. Which way do we want to go? So I would take us back this way, but these cars would not have the traction go through that mud. So we're going to turn right, go back down this path, which it will then lead us into where that watchtower is. So we'll just go back to the right. So these are all the upgrades and Scout, the upgrades and Scout 800 are the vehicles you'll get from hugging the left side of the map. There is still another 3 vehicles on this map. 2 of them you unlock from the tutorial, which is a Fleet Star 2070, I can't remember if there's any letters at the end of that, as well as the GMC 2500, I believe it is. Just having a bit of a struggle off-roading. It's been a while since I've played SnowRunner. There we go. The Scout 800 is again a very bouncy truck. But it gets the job done and it's pretty fuel efficient. It's also got a much larger fuel tank than the Scout 8, than the CK150. Like I can usually cross an entire map with this fuel, with this thing, maybe even 2 or 3 if you have the roof rack on it. But the CK1500 won't be able to do that until you get the roof rack, which you unlock at level 14. And that takes a bit of time in this game, but you do get there eventually. So that road will be blocked off when you come through, only because we haven't completed the tutorial yet. So you do kind of just have to pop through the bushes over here. Obviously that won't be an issue if you don't take the route that we just took. Just pop out of through here. And we're on this road. So you can also discover this trailer that's here. There's a few resources on that you can grab whenever you need. We'll just pop in here and drive back off. So you do need a saddle low to be able to attach that trailer. There's a warehouse in the town just over there as well. There's no vehicles around here that you can necessarily find other than the tutorial vehicles, which we're going to leave the Scout truck at one of them. Or the we're going to use the CK1500 at the truck that we'll be unlocking. So you're supposed to follow this path, but we're just going to take a little bit of a shortcut because again I'm running on a little amount of time. Yep, just bounce it through the garden, bounce it through the garden. So this is the first truck that you will find in the game. And the game gives you the location of it, it tells you how to get to it. So this is the GMC MH9500. I was way off with it when I named it. So we're just going to leave that there and we're going to go find this watchtower. will be up that way. Just didn't want to hit that. You will also need to build a bridge to get to the garage, but you will need to use the truck for that. You won't be able to use a scout vehicle at the start of the game, because I don't believe there's any way you can grab a scout trailer from, as well as these scout trucks aren't the best for towing. They're just light rigs. Very, very light rigs. Let's just, come on, get out. Get out of that mud. The other reason you go the other direction to get this watchtower is because this mountain can be a bit of a pain, especially in some of the bouncier trucks. As you can tell, I'm getting thrown around a bit, and some of the larger trucks will struggle to climb that. Gotta touch the watchtower. So now we have to build the bridge. So our first mission will be Steel River Township, Old Bridge Reconstruction. So there's a very quick way to do this. Use the GMC to go get that trailer and the metal beams from the town storage. So we will go do that. We will switch to the GMC. And I'm just going to leave the scout trucks where they are. I don't necessarily need them. The GMC HM 9500 will struggle a bit because it is only rear-wheel drive when you first get it. I just absolutely took out that tree. So I don't suggest driving straight up to this trailer, because you probably will get stuck. I know I did the first time I tried it, because of that mud there. So what I do is just drive up to it like that, grab it by with the winch, and just try and drag it out as far as you can. About there should be good. And you just got to drive your back end of the truck up to the trailer, and you'll be able to attach to it and take it along. That's a bit close. Nope, game let us attach. Alright. So this is the first step of this mission, is getting the wood. We also got to go get the metal beams. So we'll just head back up that little path that we kind of took a shortcut to get through. So we'll just book it up this little hill. You will go pretty slow in this thing going up the hill, just because it doesn't have off-road tires. So it does spin its wheels quite a bit. So you might feel like the truck isn't very good. Once you get the off-road tires and the all-wheel drive capabilities, I reckon this is one of the best starter trucks in the game. You do need to go into Alaska to get the all-wheel drive though. But again, this does pretty well just with the rear-wheel drives. You do get slowed down quite a lot in mud though, which I reckon is my only downside of this truck when you're first starting out, is it's not very mud or off-road capable. But it's a good hauling truck for when you're starting, and if you're wanting to do more off-road applications, you can use the Fleetstar 2070, because it gets all-wheel drive, race suspension, diff lock, all that on this first map, so you don't actually have to leave the region, which is pretty good. Because most trucks you have to leave the region or even country to be able to get the parts for. The other thing is when you get upgrade parts, you will not need to pay for them, and you can detach or sell them whenever you want, and you'll get the full price of what you bought them for. So we've now got the metal beams. We're just going to keep going through. I hope that fence breaks, or that pole breaks, or not, doesn't even hit it. And we're just going to start heading back towards the bridge. So you will notice that I'm not using my map very much, but that's just due to the fact that I know the terrain quite a bit because I've been on this map for probably 20, maybe 30 hours all up that I've been in this first region, just because I like it so much. I reckon it's a fun region to do and I like to play it by myself. You will get these maps done a lot quicker playing them with other people, so there is a fuel station there you can get fuel from as well. Yeah, just rip through those. Sometimes they damage your vehicles, which can be pretty bad, but you can always just get through them, or if you want you can honk your horn and sometimes it knocks them over like that. But once they've been damaged or removed, they will despawn eventually and they will clear up that road. If you leave and then rejoin this region though, they will respawn. You can stop that by leaving a truck where those are supposed to be spawning though. So this is the bridge that we are supposed to be repairing or building. Just going to unload the metal beams, give us a cutscene, and we're going to unload the wood, make some few credits. We've now reached rank 2 and the bridge is completed. We can just keep going along. I reckon you take the trailer with you just in case you want to use it for future use. But there is quite a few trailers around most maps that you'll be able to just pick up and grab whenever. You can either choose to sell them or keep them. It's really your guys' choice. Not sure if you can sell them on campaign and make money from it, because I've been playing hardcore for a while and you don't make money for that. But I believe you can sell them and make like 2,000-3,000 per trailer, which is pretty fucking good in my opinion. So this will be, yeah, this is where the two-wheel drive sucks, because you just dig yourself holes. That's where you throw it in low and you hope that you'll get moving eventually, because it's maximizing our traction with the ground, and eventually you can put it back in all-wheel drive and auto and you'll just keep moving. Sadly this game doesn't have a manual, I don't think, or it doesn't have manual shifting, but you do get to select low, high, neutral and reverse and all that, which isn't too bad. So I know that a lot of people see that and think, oh look, there's another vehicle for us. That is a mission vehicle, so we can't collect that vehicle, sadly, but we do just like drag it out of there and deliver it. I suggest you get off-road tires and suspension for that though. It is a very challenging mission sometimes with the starter vehicles. I also suggest that you use the Fleet Star 2070 for that, just because it's all-wheel drive. Because the GMC struggles big time in mud. Just keep chugging along this road. First person action. There's a lot of details put into the vehicles in this game, so I do just want to give it a little praise for that. The only thing I reckon they could have done better with this game is that chassis bending. I know it was in MudRunner. What we might do, I probably shouldn't be doing this just to save some time, but there is another upgrade out in this little section here. You can get it either way. You can grab it from the entry near the garage, or the way I'm going. I'm probably going to get stuck actually. This mud's pretty deep. Get out. Fucking brothers. Come on. Get it going. This is where an all-wheel drive truck is what you're wanting, or a scout vehicle. It's the downsides of having rear-wheel drive vehicles. I might just detrash the trailer. Yeah, there we go. That gives us a little bit of help through here. We'll just leave the trailer there for now. Obviously, I'm suggesting to you guys not to do this with a truck and to probably do it with a scout vehicle, but I figured I might as well show you where the upgrade is. It's just up here on this, or over this bridge. Be a lot easier for you to get to with a smaller truck. Oh, so it is the raised suspension for the Fleet Star 2070. I didn't get to show you that on the thingy, but it's fine. I know exactly what it was for. Just gonna keep going through this path. So that's the garage there. If you just continued following that road, you'll end up here. I chose to show you that upgrade. Just gonna try and avoid that mud, because this thing will get stuck. Oh, come on. No, don't do this to me. The garage is right there. Ah. This is why I say avoid mud. Especially in rear-wheel drive trucks. I'll throw it in low and see if that helps. Oh, we got a winch point. Do be careful with the winch points though, because sometimes they can screw you over a bit. There we go, we're at solid ground. Go through this way so we can show you everything that's here. So one of those trailers are for a mission. This is also where you'll find the Fleet Star 2070, and we also get the all-wheel drive upgrade for it. So we've already got the race suspension and all-wheel drive. We can now move to garage. The game will ask us to travel to Alaska, which, I mean, all you got to do is go to the garage and quickly switch into vehicle selection. It's not hard to do, it's pretty simple. So we'll quickly do this. The other thing I suggest doing is selling unnecessary upgrades. So what we're going to do is just go truck storage. So these are all the DLC trucks. So if you do have DLC trucks, they will show up in here. So I'm just going to show it that I can do that. Retain and go back to Michigan. So I now select the 2070, the Fleet Star 2070. Whatever vehicle I want, and it will put me back into Black River or whatever map that vehicle is on. And I'm just going to recover everything to the garage, give you a little like show on how the vehicles perform in their upgrades. I probably won't show you how the Fleet Star performs because it is a very well-rounded vehicle. It is a little bit tippy, but it's pretty easy to get used to. I will throw some upgrades on things because I've got all the DLC vehicles. I tend to just sell them, get them out of the garage. It's usually just easier. So we don't have any engine upgrades, don't have any gearbox upgrades. Oh no, we didn't get the race suspension for this, but they are in this map. Get this, all this stuff. You can grab a snorkel, but we did unlock all-wheel drive, and there is also frame add-ons for trucks. A lot of them you can see all their uses there. You've got your like just add-ons. They're not too much, at least not for this truck. There isn't much you can do. I might just change the color of it. We'll go with black because I'm not a big fan of any of the other ones on this. We'll also have a look at the Fleet Star and see what we can do to this color wise at least. Yeah, it's a bit of an ugly blue. I might try and, I mean, I do want blue, but because I want it to match the truck bed, but I don't want it to be. I might just leave it the color it is actually. No engines there, no upgrades, no upgrades. Oh, here we go. So we got the raised suspension for that GMC MH9500. That's what that other upgrade was. So you can also upgrade to larger wheels. I don't suggest doing that right away. I reckon waiting until you're a high enough level to get the all-terrains or off-roads. You also get all the different diff locks, spare tires, snorkels and all that. Don't have all-wheel drive for this truck, but it's got the same add-ons as the Fleet Star 2070. You got all your upgrades here as well. And just flying through these because I want to get it done quickly. We'll just leave that. I will sell these vehicles here because these are the DLC vehicles that I have already pre-bought, and you just get them straight to the garage. So if you do have any of these DLCs, you will get them immediately as you open this garage, which is a pretty good thing. But we will cover the other vehicles, show you the upgrades on these and why I prefer each one for its own thing. So the Scout 800, in my opinion, has a lot less engine power. The fuel consumption is about the same. It does get a higher lift kit, I believe, and larger tires, as well as it gets all-terrains right off the bat, which is a really useful thing in my opinion. So I usually just throw those on straight away. I won't today, just want to get this done quickly. The autonomous winch is your best friend. If you flip, it means you can still use it, or you can still use your winch while being flipped. This is why I like this truck, is this roof rack. It is the only roof rack that I believe you can get at the start of the game, and it's very, very useful. It is probably the best thing that this truck gets, and is probably the most convenient thing it gets. Not many attachments, but it's a bit. It also gets a DLC paint job, which I'm personally not a big fan of. It's got some other colors, as you can see. Not a whole lot going for it. I reckon we'll just make this one black as well for the time being. The Scout 800, we did get that larger engine. That will bump its engine power up quite a bit. We did also get the race suspension for this. So we can also put larger tires on this thing as well. I believe this will be able to go straight to its largest tires, which are 38s. Yep, go straight to the 38s. So we might throw... Oh, right, I paid for a paint job. Standard stuff again, snorkels, all that. So this is the roof rack that you're wanting for this truck, but it does take quite a long time to get. It gives you an extra 80 fuel, 4 spare tires, and 150 parts. You can also get this one, which gives you another 50 repairs and a spare wheel, as well as this one at rank 5, which gives you 40 fuel and 4 spare parts. It's not really the greatest. I mean, it gives you a little bit more extension to this thing's distance, but it's not much. You've got the rear bumpers. You can give this thing a round beacon. Well, quite a few things you can give it. It gets a big fucking bull bar. Some other stuff. Casual things. It gets its own DLC paint job, which is this. I quite like it. Go down, it's got some other paint jobs down here as well. I usually rock the black and gold, or cream. So that's my opinion on the best way to start the game out. To give you just a quick little reminder on how to do it. So left here, left here, left here, drive back down, take another left, drive up to the building, go back down here, another left, or you can try and take that shortcut. That's all your guys' choice. Follow that road up here to grab that scout truck. Just go straight back down into town. You can loop around through the foresty section, around down to the GMC, which is there, which it gives you the location to, as well as the watchtower up here. You just follow that back to the bridge, and so on, so on. You guys saw all of it. There is another scout truck. There is another truck that you can unlock on this map, and it is located roughly around there. And it is, that's a lot of waypoints, but that's fine. The truck you'll unlock is the Kodak C70, which is this thing. It's pretty much a heavy-duty version of the GMC MH950. It's also a four-wheel drive and not a six-wheel drive, but that's fine. They do share the same upgrades, I believe, which is pretty helpful. Same engine, all that. But that is my suggestion on how to start the game, and probably the quickest and most efficient way to get through everything. as well as it reveals quite a chunk of the map. The reason I do say to get this watchtower first and not just drive up to like here and then go off is because, again, it just clears out all this section and it just makes things easier. There is a few missions you can do here and there as well to start off, but my main thing is just get to here, get those vehicles, and it will help you out quite a bit in the game. I don't suggest doing vehicle recovery missions at the very start. I reckon try and do some hauling missions, ones that aren't overly complicated, because some of the truck routes can be a bit painful. Do plan your route as much as you can and use the scout vehicles as well to their advantages, like go get the watchtowers and maybe scout out some roads. But other than that, have a good one and I'll see you on another trip.